Hello YouTube, this is Lilly Trucker. Welcome back to my channel, the channel that you never know what you're gonna get, but you know it's always gonna have something to do with trucking. And today, we're gonna talk about all the things that I have wrecked, are messed up, are busted over the last 4 years. Cause why not be honest? I can't preach safety, and I can't preach saying, do things a certain way because it's the best way, unless I admit to you guys what mistakes I have done and what I've done, because I'm not perfect, and things are gonna happen out here. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna come clean and I'm gonna put it on my channel so you guys know all the little baby mistakes that I've made. Well, I think they're baby mistakes because it probably could be something much worse. But I usually have 10 things that we do these videos on, that I tell you 10 things about something, but thank God I only have 7. So I think we'll stay with 7, and I'm gonna hope I never get to 10 on this one. Okay, so we will start with, I got a little sheet, so I gotta go by the sheet so I don't forget anything. I don't wanna leave it out because I wanna tell you guys all my mistakes. Okay. My first thing was, I was in my first original tractor, and I don't know what it was. It was like a learning curve when I first started driving. Anytime there were trailers parked diagonal, it was like, for whatever reason, in my fragile little mind, I thought it was something completely just crazy, weird, different, and I would get all nerved up about it. So I was in the tractor and I had to back up to a trailer to couple onto it, and they were diagonal, and I was backing up, and I was a new driver. I had only had my license for maybe a month, and I was backing up and I was watching in my driver's side mirror, but I was really weak on my passenger side mirror, and this is what made me as strong as I am on my passenger side mirror and using all my mirrors on the tractor, was this experience. So I was backing up and I was watching the trailer, but I didn't realize the trailer that I was backing into, because they were reefers and next to each other and they all looked the same, and I ended up, but they were not parked completely even. So I ended up, I could see the trailer I was backing into, which was not the one I was supposed to be, in my driver's mirror, and I lost it in my passenger side mirror, and I never looked out there, and I ended up catching the fairing of the tractor on the reefer next to me, which pushed the fairing. It dented the whole fairing all the way up, and I ripped a light off the side of the tractor. It could have been much worse. It looked awful. I had a stroke about it all. I was having a heart attack. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to just quit driving. I was a crying mess. It was just awful. Thank God we were able to loosen up the bolt rivets or whatever that held the whole side of the fairing, and all the ripples and what looked like dents came right out, and it really wasn't that bad. We ended up putting a new light on the side of the truck, little bit of touch-up paint, and it was good to go. So that was the first thing I did. The next thing I did was my first time delivering to Walmart distribution. I was a brand new driver again, and I backed on the dock, which I did good, went slow, got out, looked, did everything, got on the dock nice and straight, guys. And at Walmart's, they make you dolly down, chalk, disconnect, and pull forward. So, I bet you guys are guessing already. Can you guess what I forgot to do? I chalked, I disconnected, but I forgot to put my dollies down. Yes, guys, with a whole load on the trailer. And then I had to crank that puppy up. Let me tell you, make sure you put your dollies down, because let me tell you, when you gotta crank that load up, ooh, it's bad on a empty empty trailer. It's even worse when you got 40,000 pounds back there and you need to crank it up. So yes, I did it. I'm guilty as charged. I did it, guys. Okay. Next thing, my first year, and now I'm 4 years in, my first year, I will not even lie to you, I probably ripped off 7 sets of airlines, maybe 8. But don't tell nobody. I don't know what it was. Like, I would be worrying about so many other things that I would just forget my airlines. I just pull off. You guys, if you could destroy a set of airlines, I am the master of ripping your airlines off. I can tell you how to do it. I can tell you how to rip your 7-way plug right out the back of the tractor that they got to put all the guts back in. I've done it. I got so upset at myself one time that I ripped the airlines out the back of the trailer because I was nerved up over a mechanic situation that doesn't matter in this, but I was nerved up because of something that needed to be fixed that didn't get fixed, and I wasn't thinking, and I ripped the airlines out, and I actually had them in my hand, and I walked in my boss's office, and I was like, "See what happens when you get me worked up?" And he's like, "Why are you in my office with the airlines in your hand?" I'm like, "They get me so worked up, I'm so stressed out." You know, I was just having a total trucker diva moment. So he let me have my moment. We laughed about it. They put new airlines in on the tractor, and it was good to go. So that's that airline story. But let me tell you, there's a lot of them. It's 4 years later, and knock on Cyclone's dash, I have not ripped any airlines out yet this year. So though it's only October, so I have a couple months left, but I haven't ripped any out this year, so woohoo, go me. I don't know if I'll get anything for it. I should actually ask my boss, am I gonna get something if I don't rip the airlines out this year? Okay, so that's that. So if you think you're not going to rip your airlines out, it will happen. I don't know that I know of any driver that hasn't done it. But you know what? I'm sure there'll be that one that says, "I've never ripped an airline out." Bull shenanigans. Okay. This was another experience with Walmart distribution. I deliver at Walmart a lot. I'm actually there right now. I came in, and the dock that I had was, and you could get this anywhere. There was a set of stairs, and then at the bottom of the stairs, so that you wouldn't hit the stairs, was one of those nice yellow poles that I've talked about in a couple of my videos, that they will jump out and bite you. They will. It's always the pole's fault. It's never the driver's fault. It's never the trailer and the truck's fault. It is the pole's fault. They will attack you. So I backed into the dock, and seriously, so that you guys know, so I opened the doors on the trailer, I backed in the dock, so the doors go right nicely into the dock, and there's only a small gap of maybe a foot and a half. Well, when you back up to the dock, sometimes what it does is on the door hinge, it will actually push the door out a little, so what goes smoothly in will not come smoothly out. And it was on the door that this happened to was on my passenger side again. So what happened was, I'm sure you're guessing now, was when I pulled out, there was the pole like this, and so I'm pulling forward, and the door had come off. So when I was pulling out, I came and the door hit like this. So when it hit, it pushed back on the hinge, and I knew it when it hit it. You know, I could feel like a little bit of a pull, and I did not rip the door off. So I could say this: I have yet, knock on Cyclone again, I have yet to rip a door off. But I bent that puppy up nicely, you guys, nicely enough that I did need a mechanic to come and help me get the door closed, and it had to be repaired. So yeah, I didn't rip it off though, but I did need to get assistance with it. I'm guilty as charged. You're hearing all my secrets. So what did I learn from it? Always watch that that passenger side, watch your driver's side, and when you back in them spots, be watching them doors that they don't get caught on anything. You know, that incident was just a yellow pole, but it could be anything, you know, because I know I've had to back by people's cars, and I'll tell you what, you hit somebody's car with that door, ooh, you're gonna do a whole lot of damage. You're gonna have big headaches. Thank goodness the yellow pole was forgiving and I didn't even put a mark on it. So that's my door story. Okay, so I think we've all been there where you're like, I gotta pee. So so that was going on in my mind, and I had to back up into this 2 rows, and the way the front row was, you weren't lined up with the trailers that were behind you. You were off, so you couldn't have a straight line. And I know you're saying, well, why didn't you get out and look? I had to pee. Now I would get out and look, most definitely. So, and I was going slow. Let me tell you, all of these things that I'm telling you with these backing up, they were all slow. I mean, barely moving. And you can be barely moving with a tractor trailer, and you will do damage. Trust me, I know, I did it. So, I was creeping back, and I look in my mirror, and I see I'm getting close, and I said, oh, I'll just go a little bit more, just a little bit. Oh, I'm good, just a little more. That little bit more? Yep. Let me tell you, it's like the lightest touch you'll feel. I mean, very light. Like I knew, oh, I touched it. I didn't hear anything break, nothing, but I was like, oh, I tapped that trailer. So I walked to the back. I'm like, I gotta go see what I did, right? Let me tell you, that little tap, woo, it put a nice crack in the front of this reefer. Thank God, again, my boss was like, it's all right, it's old, you know, no big deal, you know, nothing, it still works, and it did. So that was that one. Then my third one was, it's gonna pull into, this is gonna tie into, about fifth wheels. I know, you guys are guessing it already, you jumped the fifth wheel. Yep, you're gonna do that too. A lot of us do it, and I'm sure there's gonna be that person that's like, well, I never did it, and it's never gonna happen to me. Well, I jumped my fifth wheel. I'm here to be honest and keep it real on this channel. Lilly Trucker is real about all my mistakes too, and that I'm not perfect. So, I wasn't in my tractor. Cyclone was broke down, and I was using another tractor that I should have got out and looked again. It was early in the morning, it was dark, and I had to get my trailer out of an obstacle course, and literally, and I went really slow, and I finally got lined up to the trailer, and I was backing in, and everything looked great. Everything looked good, and I'm watching my mirrors, and I'm backing, and I'm like, all right, going under the trailer. And I backed, and I was listening for the click. You know the click, right? So I'm listening for the click, and as I'm backing up, and I heard the click. It wasn't the click. It was not the click. It was supposed to be the click. Because then I look in my mirror again, and now this is a reefer I'm backing into. And I'm like, how the heck is the trailer butted right up to my fairing on the tractor? So the trailer is right up to the fairing. But then the next thing, are you ready? I'm like, oh my God, where is the reefer? Right? Because I heard a bang. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, oh my God, is it in the butt? I was scared to look, right? So I'm like, oh my God, right? Because every other time that I had made these mistakes, it would only sound like little bumps, and it did all this damage. So I'm like, oh my God, I just put the freaking reefer to the bunk of the truck. I didn't even want to look. So I get out and I go back and look. When I tell you snug as a bug that reefer was. At the back of the tractor, there's a handle I know Cyclone even has it, and he's older than gosh. But it has a handle in the back, and my reefer was like right up to that handle. And I tapped it just enough that I cracked it up the side. Guilty as charged, I did it. Thank God. It could have been a lot worse. And when I did that, at the same time, what I had done is I jumped the fifth wheel. So I jumped the fifth wheel, and when I jumped the fifth wheel, that caused everything to go forward. And yep, I did it, guys. So that was my third reefer that I cracked the front of. So yeah, I'm 3 for 3 reefers that I have cracked. Just the plastic in the front of them. Okay, so to go along with the 3 reefers, I had 3 fifth wheels that I jumped. So that was one. Then my second one was I went to this place and I had to get my trailer, and they had the trailers parked in a line, like nose to tail. And because of the line, I couldn't like back up to the trailer. I had to come in on an angle. And when I came in on the angle, I like slid in the mud. So it wasn't really my fault. Kinda, sorta, maybe. All right, it was my fault. But I went to go under, and because you can't tell 100% when you're coming in on an angle versus coming straight onto the trailer, and the back of the tractor slid to the side, and I just slid right around the fifth wheel, and I was like kinda, hey, my wheels were hanging out the backside, almost going in a ditch, you guys. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, oh my God. And if I had kept pushing, thinking I was gonna hit the fifth wheel or hit the pin to couple, if I had pushed it anymore, I probably would have pushed the entire tractor and the trailer into the ditch. I know, it's bad. But I didn't do it. I stopped in time, and it didn't go in the ditch. So that was my second time. And then my third time was, I had left the company, and I had come back to the company. I was in Cyclone. I think I was in Cyclone. Yeah, and I went to pick up a trailer, and I thought that it was low enough, and it wasn't low enough. And yep, that was the third one, guys. And that was a loaded trailer too. That thing was like holy moly heavy. That was holy moly heavy, that load. I still remember cranking that one up. I was like dying. And it was in the pouring rain. I was soaking wet, because I mean, if you're gonna have to crank, 40,000 pounds up, why not do it in the pouring rain? So, okay guys, the sun's really starting to come up now, as you can see on the bottom of my chin. So we'll finish this up with the last thing that I have done. And that is, I dropped a trailer off the back of the tractor, and why I did it, and why I'm such a stickler of, checking your fifth wheel. And I do it like crazy now. I never forget. Sometimes I do it 4 or 5 times. It was the winter time. I coupled on, I did my tug test, and you can't just do the tug test. The tug test is not, you need to get underneath and you need to look. And I didn't get underneath, I didn't look. I trusted in the tug test, and I started pulling forward. And I don't know about you guys, but I know I'm always watching in my mirror, and I was pulling forward, and before I knew it, the trailer was sliding off the back of the tractor. It was in the winter, and again, I had to crank it up. Thank God that trailer was not loaded. It was, I'm trying to move over here. It ain't gonna help. That trailer was empty, so it wasn't as bad to lift it up, but I'll tell you, there's nothing like cranking a trailer up. So check your fifth wheel all the time. And that was kind of, oh, that made it better because the trailer went by and blocked the sun. But check your fifth wheel and stuff. And I hope that this video could help you guys to know, you know what, we're not perfect. We're human. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Mistakes are gonna happen. It's not the end of the world. If I was at some other companies, would they maybe have fired me or whatever? Maybe they would have. I don't know. Maybe probably they would have. I don't know. But the company I work for knew that I'm a good driver. I'm a safe driver. These are all like little learning mistakes. But I have had, knock on cyclone again, I've had no accidents on the road. I've had nothing like that. I hope that I never do. I've had just these few littler things that I've done, which is nothing was a big damage. Little cracks and stuff like that. It was nothing big. Nothing I did was big things, with the exception of the door was about the most messed up. But, I'm sorry about the sun. I hope that you guys can take something positive from my negatives and you guys can learn from them, so maybe these things don't happen to you, because I learned from each and every one of them, and I'm not embarrassed to share it with you guys because I did learn from it. So if you liked this video and you liked hearing about all my flaws, give me a thumbie, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel. And you can find me over on Facebook, Lilly Trucker. You can find me on Snapchat, Lilly Trucker. And you can find me on Instagram, Lilly Trucker 66. And the links to all that is down in the description below. And I guess I'll talk to you guys in the next video. And let's hope I don't rip no airlines out, right? Yeah, let's hope so. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye.